Welcome back to episode 8 of Why Do I Do That? Today's question is, why do I never follow through with things? And the context for this, the person who asked it was she signs up to a program and then or a course, and she doesn't end up watching it. And she signs up for a gym membership and she goes once and then stops. And she has a business idea and registers it and then doesn't follow through. So it ripples into all different areas of life, this not being able to follow through with things. And it's actually a really common question. So many people have this question. And what actually also happens is the people who ask this have so much self-blame and shame that they're carrying around, because they're not just going, I never follow through with things. That's really interesting. I wonder why I do that. They're like, I hate myself. It pisses me off. I'm shit. I'm lazy. I never do anything right. I have no motivation, no drive. What's wrong with me? Why can't I stick to things? And they just beat themselves down. And that is, to be honest, half of the problem. So 3 things to know is, 1, exactly what I just said. Beating yourself up about not being able to follow through with things and shaming yourself and getting angry at yourself is never going to help. That energy and that vibration that you're putting out and the way that you're feeling, this isn't even spiritual, like on a frequency level. If you're at the level of shame, if you look at the levels of consciousness and you look at the emotions and you look at the frequencies of each emotion, the frequency of shame is actually lower than the frequency of death, of being dead. Like, it is the lowest vibrational frequency that you can feel. And so if you're feeling ashamed of yourself when you haven't just followed through with something, the chances of you pulling yourself out of that state and going, you know what, actually getting my gym stuff and I'm going, are so low, because you've dropped into this shame spiral. And so being able to work on your vibration and being able to go, oh, I didn't follow through with that yesterday, but I'm not going to shame myself for that. I'm doing my best and I'm going to try again today. That's keeping you at this optimistic hope level, which is this kind of baseline level before we start to move into these this courage and love and these higher vibrational frequencies. So not getting stuck in a shame spiral when you don't follow through with something is my number 1 tip. Observe it. Observe the actions and why you're not following through with that, and be really curious about it. Curiosity is your best friend to help you to avoid going down the shame spiral and to help you to stop going down into those lower vibrational frequencies. So the second part to this is you need to understand how your conscious mind and your subconscious mind work. And they work really, really differently. So what happens is, your conscious mind, which is your consciousness, your higher self, if you will, you are only in that part of your mind 5% of the time. You are in and living via your subconscious beliefs 95% of the time. And so what happens is, your conscious mind in this inspired moment, when you're going for a walk and you're feeling really good and you have your conscious mind is switched on and you're in the flow, have this thought of, I'm going to sign up to this program. I'm going to do it. And you feel really good about it and you feel excited. What happens is, when your conscious mind has this thought, it is then pulled into, after a period of time, your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is how you get shit done. So it's pulled into your subconscious mind and you go, okay, how much money do I need to sign up for that program? How much time do I need? How many days a week am I going to go to gym? You start to think about the how. And as soon as you go into the how, you're going into your subconscious mind, into your analytical, and you're breaking it down. And what happens is, your subconscious mind is where all of your belief systems are stored. So all of a sudden you've got this beautiful conscious thought that's from this kind of higher place, and then you're bringing this thought down and your subconscious programs are taking over. And what happens is, you might have this thought of, I'm going to sign up to the gym, and then you sign up and you're really excited, and then you bring it back into your subconscious and all these limiting programs come up and these beliefs, and they say, you never follow through with things, you're lazy, you'll just cancel. All of these beliefs start to be triggered and they start to come up, and they end up taking over because your subconscious mind is in control 95% of the time. So what's happening here is there is a disparity between the beliefs and what your, I guess, soul wants, you could say, in your conscious mind, or what, this higher part of you wants for yourself, and what your subconscious believes is true, available to you. So when I work with my clients, I always say to them, we need to make sure that your conscious and your subconscious mind are aligning, and that everything that your conscious mind wants and that your soul wants and everything that you desire is programmed into your subconscious mind, that that's available for you, that that's possible for you, that you deserve that you're worthy of that, all of the beliefs that are going to stop you from actually being able to step forward. And how we do that is just literally through a process of elimination, and through you constantly trying to step out of your comfort zone and to step into what your conscious mind or what your conscious self wants. So you're going to sign up for that program again, and then you're going to have all these limiting thoughts come up saying, I can't do that, it's too hard, I don't have the time now, whatever it is. And we cancel. We delete all of those beliefs, we remove them, we shift them, we replace them with the opposite of, I do have time and it is possible for me, and this is what I deserve, and this is who I want to be. And we start to replace those beliefs so that each time your conscious mind has this great thought, you have like the program and the programming and the beliefs to support it, to help it to happen. So if you look at it from this context, it's actually not your like personal fault. It's nothing to do with you as a human being. There's no way that you're like failing. It's literally just there's a conflict here between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, and what your conscious mind wants and what your subconscious mind says is possible for you. So the quickest and easiest way to do that is to work on the belief systems of the subconscious mind. But then it comes back to something that I speak about regularly, which is that you have to know what you want. You have to know what you want and why you want what you want. If you've got these conscious beliefs or these feelings of like, I want to start this certain business, we can reprogram your belief systems in your subconscious to allow that to happen. But why? Why do you want it? Why do you want that business? How's that going to make you feel? What's going to become available to you? How much money do you want to earn? Why do you want to earn that much money? Sometimes people just write their goals and they just write scribbling figures down, and this is what I want to earn and this is where I want to live, and da-da-da. And there's no why behind it. There's no soul. There's no values. There's no, I can tell you exactly how much I want to earn per year because I want to be able to do X, Y, Z. I want to wake up in the morning feeling like this. I want to be able to spend my days doing this. I want to go to the local organic health food shop and load up my basket and not care if it's $600 for all my crazy expensive products. Like, I know what my soul wants and what I value and why, and I'm so drawn to making sure that my subconscious beliefs align with that so that it becomes possible and it becomes a reality for me because I'm being drawn to it. And this is that push-pull I often talk about as well. Like, instead of pushing for something, you're pushing, and it feels really hard, you've got to figure out what your why is so that you're pulled towards it. Like, the energy of being pulled towards something and drawn towards something that you love and that you're passionate about is so different to just pushing for something that you think you should want, or something that you think is the right thing for your age or where you're at in life or whatever. The reason is that you're kind of pushing for that thing. So I think getting your values in check is going to also help this conscious versus subconscious mind. Because if you use the gym example, are you not following through because you only signed up to the gym in the first place because you think you're, fat and overweight and you hate yourself? Those are some pretty shitty reasons to be signing up for the gym. And when you're feeling that way, you're not going to want to go because you're fueling that shame cycles. Versus if your why is like, I want to feel strong and I want to feel fit so that I can, play with my kids, and I want to train so that I can be really good at this certain sport that I love playing with my friends, or, if there's a feeling and there's an emotion and there's a why connected to it, you're going to show up because it's going to feel good to show up. Whereas if you're going in with like icky underlying intentions, you're probably not going to follow through because it's coming from a negative place. So you got to really think about your why when you're not following through with things. And there are so many times where I've not followed through with things and I've gone to beat myself up, and then later, or I have beaten myself up, and later on down the track, I've gone, imagine if I had have followed through with that. Imagine if I had have gone down that path. That is so not me. And it was a blessing that I didn't follow through, and then I realized, at some point into it, that wasn't for me. So there's also this other part where it's like, are you not following through, or is it not aligning with you? Is it something that you've tried and ticked off and gone, you know what, actually that's not for me? And again, I've done it so many times where I've gone, I'm going to go down this path, and then I've done it and gone, this is awful. I hate it. This is not what I want. But through the process of doing that, I've gone, that's what I want. And then I've landed and gone into the next thing. And it was kind of like a stepping stone that I wouldn't have got to where I was if I hadn't have gone through that process. And so, it's also changing your perception about, are you not following through, or was it a stepping stone to get to somewhere else? So you can start to break that down yourself. You can start to look at, like, where's it coming from? Why do I want it? Was it just a stepping stone? Is it actually something that's really important to me? And is there a different way that I can do it? Using the gym as an example. If you hate going to the gym, then you're not going to go. But if you love playing basketball, sign up to a women's basketball team. And then you're getting your fitness and you're getting your fun, and you've got to make it, you've got to be pulled towards it. If you're pushing, it doesn't work. And I had this experience recently where I was looking for a new space to work, and I'd found this workspace, and I just really wanted to get into somewhere quickly. And I got into this location, and I'd started working from there, and every day when I drove there, I noticed that I was like, I don't want to go to work today, which is not like me. I love going to work. I love seeing my clients. I'm like, clients today, I'm ready, I'm pumped. It's my favorite. And so I was like, what's happening? I'm driving there. I said that I wanted this new workspace outside of my home, and I found this space. And now that I'm going there, it's not feeling good. And I had this part of me that was like, oh, you can't just pull out. You've only been there for 5 weeks, and this is what you said you wanted, and maybe I'm just uncomfortable because it's something different. So I persisted for a little bit, and then I just noticed I wasn't performing my best. So my clients, I didn't feel comfortable in the space, and I ended up making the decision from this that I was going to then move my business to completely online. All clients onto Zoom, no exceptions. And it was something I'd wanted to do for a long time, but always felt like there's a number of people that need to see me in person or want to see me in person. And so I ended up pulling the pin because I just didn't want to be there anymore, going all online. And my client base has doubled. I've had so many more clients. Everyone's been fine. Everyone's been happy with it. And it has made my life so much easier. Did I not follow through with the new office that I had organized? Or did that experience make me realize that it was actually a possibility now at this stage in my business for me to go all online? And I think it's the latter. And now it's worked out to be such an awesome change. So again, perception shifts. It's not always following through with things. It's definitely this learning experience. And it also comes down to these beliefs that you have that are stopping you from aligning with your why. So if you have this why of this, this is who I am, this is what my values are, this is what I want, and then you still can't step into it, that's when you know that there are some limiting beliefs there that you need to work through. Maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you just believe that you are lazy because someone told you when you were a child that you're lazy, and you just keep aligning with that because you've believed it to be true. You remove the belief and all of a sudden you have all of this energy. Again, not an unrealistic expectation. Happens all the time. People remove this belief and they realize that this thing that they believed about themselves, that they were just like playing this part almost. Once they shift this belief, all of a sudden they're like, oh, that's not me anymore. That's not who I am. And they show up different and they speak different and their whole life changes. And it's such an easy shift to just work on and shift these subconscious beliefs. So you also need to work on, when we think about following through with things, there is this level of self-trust. And I have a high level of self-trust, which is why after that period of those weeks, I was like, okay, I know myself. I know that I follow through with things now. I don't quit, but this feels off. This feels wrong, and this is not right. And as soon as I had this, it was actually my mum that said to me, why don't you just move your whole business to Zoom? You already do so many on Zoom. Just cut the whole face-to-face and do it all on Zoom. I felt this feeling of like expansion and freedom, and I was like, oh, that would be great. Actually, that would be great. Actually, I can do that. And I have this level of self-trust and this knowing that I felt into it and was like, yep, that's it. Made the decision, posted it the next day, done. Haven't seen any face-to-face since then, only those that were booked in. And so it's having this level of self-trust that I've built over time also allows me to know, am I just being lazy and I'm not following through with something because it feels hard right now, but it is ultimately the best thing? Or is it wrong? And when you build that self-trust up, you're going to know the difference. And I often check in with my body. Like I just kind of explained, I felt this like expansive, open feeling when I was thinking about being on Zoom. And I felt this like restricted feeling when I thought about going into that office. And you can check in with your body. Does it feel open and does it feel light, or does it feel shut off and closed and heavy? And I make a lot of my decisions that way. So if you're in something and you're thinking, I don't want to follow through with this, I want to quit, and you have this thought that's like, but you always quit and you never follow through with things, start checking into your body to see, does it feel good? And am I just being lazy and it actually does feel good and I know that it's going to become a really good thing? Or do I actually feel, trapped and suffocated and restricted and it's actually not the right thing for me at all? So integration is the best way to heal this, not being able to follow through with things. And integration is basically discipline, but with curiosity of the narratives that arise. So integration would look like you set this goal from like a value. This is what my conscious mind soul wants. You set this goal and you have this discipline of, I'm going to show up every single day to do this thing that I said I was going to do. And I'm going to be really curious when narratives arise that are conflicting to that. I'm going to be really curious when I get to go for my 4th day of gym and my narratives are, oh, it's too hard, I'm too tired, I'm too sore, I can't be bothered. I'm going to be really curious about those narratives and go, oh, okay, interesting. My brain's trying to do that thing again where it keeps me in this loop. And you gently just say, not today, brain. I'm up and I'm going to go. And you have that discipline to integrate what you said you were going to do, but with this curiosity of what narratives and what thoughts are arising. And just, again, I've spoken about this in my last episode, building trust slowly, starting to build that self-trust up so that you can start to know, is it a yes or is it a no, like instantly from your body. So if you know somebody who never follows through with things, they'll probably be super offended if you send them this episode, but you should definitely do it anyway. Thank you again for listening, and I'll see you next week.